Welcome back, everybody, to A Younger View in Sports, and more moves have been made. Bryant officially signed to the practice squad, and Everson Griffen to the Detroit Lions for a 6th-round pick. Cowboys are tanking. They know this organization is a mess. Shouldn't have hired Mike McCarthy. Prescott injured. Dalton now injured. Great weapons, not a good defense. O-line crumbling, no quarterback. Their only positives is their receivers. And an ex-Cowboy receiver to the Ravens. So let's talk about that first. Bryant, career reception. Hasn't played a game since 2016, 2017, around that time frame. 531 receptions, 7,459 yards, and 73 touchdowns. I honestly thought he was retired. But I was thinking, why aren't people signing him? Our receiver is a great need. Why aren't people signing Bryant? He has a lot of drop passes. But this brings a veteran presence to a young wide receiver locker room in the Baltimore Ravens. Let's look at it. So here are the Baltimore Ravens' current wide receiver stats. Miles Boykin, 11 catches, 122 yards. Marquise Brown, 26 catches, 376 yards and a touchdown. Willie Snead, 11 catches, 149 yards and a touchdown. Devin Duvernay, 10 catches, 90 yards. And Chris Moore, 3 catches, 21 yards. So besides their big target in Marquise Brown, Miles Boykin, and Willie Snead, there's just another weapon to add to Lamar. And, Lamar Jackson does need to work on his passing attack. They are a run-first team. But I think Bryant is a guy who can go up there and make the big catches when you need him. I think this is a smaller move. I think this is a good move for the Baltimore Ravens, who need a veteran presence, a guy who's been to the playoffs before, may not have won a playoff game. Dez did not catch that ball in the playoff game. Do not argue with me. That will be a big storyline, though. Can he get the drop catches done with? Can he be the number one guy for Lamar Jackson, or at least the number two guy behind Marquise Brown? I think this is a good move for the Baltimore Ravens overall. A lot of receivers, Antonio Brown, Bryant coming to team. So there's the move. He can make some sort of an impact. You can double cover Brown, you can double cover Bryant. You still got one of the guys, Marquise Brown, more of a speed guy. Bryant can be more of their can be more of their slot receiver, be more the guy that runs inside the numbers, and make those small check down catches that Lamar Jackson really needs from these receivers. Next up, Everson Griffen to the Lions. Here's the thing about the Lions. The Lions think they can take second place and maybe get a wild card spot. They can't. 375 tackles, 77 career sacks for Everson Griffen on the season, 20 tackles, 2.5 sacks. Romeo Okwara leads the team with 4 sacks on the Detroit Lions. And here's what I think the Lions are thinking right now. We're 3-3. We're in a good spot. Minnesota is not winning the division this year. We have an above-average defense. We can stop Chicago, and we play Green Bay one more time, which we could probably upset in Detroit. We can take the second place and maybe get a wild card spot. They're adding pass rush help, and if you do have an above-average defense, you still got to play Chicago twice. You can beat Chicago both those times. You can beat Minnesota. You got one more game with Green Bay. These are winnable games. Matt Stafford is still one of the most underrated quarterbacks. Had a game-winning drive against Atlanta, who keeps somehow blowing leads. That's incredible. I will never get over the Atlanta Falcons. But the Lions are thinking, we got an above-average defense, and if you do have an above-average defense, you can stop the Chicago Bears. We play Green Bay one more time. At home, we can beat Green Bay. We got Minnesota a couple more times. We can beat this. We can take the second place in the division. They have an easier schedule coming up. So I think the Detroit Lions are thinking, hey, we got this. We can take second place in the division, get back into the playoffs. If the offense keeps clicking, last year Matt Stafford was injured, so they finished 3-12-1. We got the young star in Jeff Okudah. There's adding more pass rush help. The guy led the team with 4 sacks. They weren't getting too much pressure on the quarterback. But Everson Griffen does. It's just another pass rusher to it. I think it's a great move for the Detroit Lions. I think they're finally making the right moves. They're trying to move to the franchise. And if not, Matt Patricia is fired. So I guess and DeAndre Swift is coming out strong. I think the Lions are making all the right moves right now. I honestly do think the Detroit Lions can finish in second place in the division. You had the Detroit Lions finishing 4th because they're Detroit. Now I think they can finish second place in the division, the way Bears offense played, defense played. I think when those two face each other, the final score is going to be like 14-13, because it'll be a very defensive game between those two. But I think Detroit has a very good shot at taking second place. Thank you for listening to my thoughts on the rest of on these moves. Thank you for listening.